Hey everybody, Ken Lane again, your wedding efficient. Always remember, you can have the relationship that you want. Just takes a little bit of work. I was thinking, and one of the things that I always tell people when I'm meeting with them in my office is about who you should hire first. Now, if you already watched one of my other videos, Should I Hire a Wedding Planner? Then you'll know that I think that if you can afford it, that you should hire a wedding planner, and if you do decide to hire a wedding planner, hire a wedding planner first. Make them the very first person that you go to. But if you are going to hire a wedding planner, have them be first. After that, you're going to be guided by the planner who you should hire next. But suppose that you choose not to hire a wedding planner, and you're wondering, who should I go with? Who should I go to first? Here's the order of what you should usually do. Most people, it's crazy because most people hire the most important person last, and a lot of times they get stuck, and I'm always surprised by that. So excuse me for being biased. It's not because it's my profession, but in my opinion, you should hire the wedding efficient first. You should hire the wedding efficient first. You should hire the wedding efficient first. Now why? Let me talk to you about that for just a minute. Hire the wedding efficient first because everyone is not coming to your wedding to see your dress. No, everyone's going to be excited about seeing your dress, and everyone is not coming to your wedding to hang out with you and all of your bros and all of your groomsmen. Although that's part of it. And everyone is not necessarily coming to see the DJ. All of these things are ancillary. They fly around the orbit of the main reason why you're all there. And the reason that you're all there is to have the actual wedding, the actual ceremony. Everything else is part of it, and it's all a fun part. But the main reason you're there that day is to get married. And so everyone is there just to watch and to celebrate with you your actual wedding. Now, I am faced all the time with people who say, oh, I went to this wedding and it was so boring, and I went to that wedding and it was 15 minutes long and it felt like 3 hours. Let me just say this to you. If you go to a wedding and it's 15 minutes long and it felt like 3 hours and it was just boring as watching paint dry, then there's a 95% chance that you got the wrong wedding officiant. See, a good wedding officiant is not just going to hand you a piece of paper and say, here, fill your names in, that's the service that I do. And it's the exact same one as everybody else that they've done over the past 30 years, and it's just a cookie cutter wedding ceremony. You don't want that, and I don't want that. I want something exciting and alive and fun and interactive with your audience. And I always tell people I love to do fun weddings, but we don't do silly weddings. Silly weddings are what little 9-year-old children pretend at their birthday party. So your wedding should be reflective of who you are. It should be as original as your relationship. And if your wedding officiant is not the type of person to sit down with you and try to figure out who you and your fiance are together as a couple and what makes you guys tick and how you met and what your likes are, and in other words, craft a ceremony that is just specifically for you guys. Find somebody who is, whether it's me or whether it's somebody else. Find somebody who makes everything come alive, and 10 years from now, people will still be talking about the wedding and not how boring it was and how great the reception was. The reception's fun, it's important, but let's be honest, everybody's there for the wedding itself. So, hire the efficient first. Now, some people say that I got that backwards because you should always get your venue first. Again, the wedding officiant is the one who should shape the ceremony itself. So, some people say go with the venue first. That doesn't bother me at all. If you want to go with the venue first and make sure to get the place that you really, really, really want, then do that. But the venue and the officiant are probably the first, if you're scheduling everyone yourself. The venue and the officiant are the first two things that you should schedule. After that, in my opinion, after that comes the DJ. And I'll tell you why. Because in the same way that the officiant shapes and crafts the ceremony itself and causes it to be either boring or or exciting and fun, the DJ is the voice of the entire rest of the evening. He or she controls the flow of the music and the dancing and the fun and the first dance and all of that. So get a good DJ and make sure to check out reviews for people. No matter who you're getting, check reviews, not just their website. Anybody can put anything that they want on their website, not of course that people would put false reviews on their website, but I'm sure it does happen somewhere. But find reviews, whether it's Angie's List or online sites like The Knot and Wedding Wire and stuff like that, where people are actually open and can write whatever reviews they want. Always check out what other people have said about anybody that you hire to do your wedding. That's important. I would hire the DJ next because that is really important. After that, I would definitely hire the person who's going to record it all. Making sure that all of your pictures, whether you hire a photographer, videographer as a team, or whether you hire them separately, or the photographer and the videographer the same person, the point is that the person who is recording this for you should be good. If you can afford a very good photographer, go and meet with somebody, ask people, get online, check out who they are and the work that they do. A good photographer is a lot almost like your handwriting. Everybody's handwriting is different, and everybody's handwriting is kind of reflective of who they are as a person. And I have found that almost all photographers see things differently. They all use light differently because a good photographer is an artist, like a great painter. And so find a good photographer. Now, after that, there's still a lot of people left to hire. There's the rental company and the dresses and the finding the right dress, finding the right tuxedos, all of those things. But again, the main people that you want to make sure that you book first are the people who are actually shaping and creating the ceremony and the after party itself. Obviously, the caterer, you want a great caterer. You want somebody who is dependable, whose food is really, really good. And the cake also, if you can afford a great cake, I've seen some beautiful, beautiful work by some beautiful people. Talk about a work of art. Some of the things that people are doing with cakes nowadays are fabulous. So sit down, come up with a list of everybody that you need to hire, and then put in order, like I said, those first few people that are the most important. Facts of the matter are, when I told you about how some people get it absolutely backwards at the very beginning, I am always stunned by how many people hire the wedding officiant last. I mean, think about it. There's only one person, that you have to hire. That you can't get married without this one person. And not only are they the only person that you have to have, whether you hire a man or a woman, not only are they the only person that you have to have for your wedding, but they're also one of the most important people because they're the ones who shape the ceremony. So make sure to hire the wedding officiant before you hire everybody else so that you can get who you want. I'm always stunned by people who come to me and I get a phone call and, Reverend Lane, we are really wringing our hands. Can you please marry us? And of course, I would love to marry you. What's your date? It's 3 weeks from now. My hands are tied. I can't, if your schedule is full, then you can't help somebody. And I'm always surprised by people who it just doesn't dawn on them who and what order they should go in. So that's a good order. It's not set in stone, obviously. You can, vary on that as much as you want to. It's my advice to you. Don't forget it. Make sure that you get everybody that you need to get. And you can never hire people too early. So if you're getting married 1.5 years from now, hire people now. Get who you want now. Start looking at the reviews, asking around, calling people to find who you should get. Do it now. Don't wait until 3 or 4 months out because stationery has to be printed, cakes have to be designed. You got to get on people's schedule. So remember that. Check out my next video. Thanks, guys. Be good.